Hey parents, it's me, Chris Wesley, Director of Student Ministries. I want to thank you so much for joining me as we take a look at our next series for the Children's and Students Ministries. As you notice, Lisa Scott is not with us today. She's still on maternity leave, but I'm hoping, well, I know she'll be returning to us for the next series preview. But until then, I'm going to do my best to give you all a preview. So anyway, for our children's programs, we're doing a series called Entourage, which is all about healthy friendships. And so we want the kids to get ready because this is going to be kind of like a Hollywood experience because we're going to be on the search for award-winning friends. And basically the way that we hope to do that is by sharing Bible stories about friendships. We want to talk to the kids about the qualities that God looks for in a friend, and we want to encourage them not just to look for award-winning friends, but how to be an award-winning friend. And one of the ways that we're going to help them do that, a really great resource, and this is a secret, so you might want to cover their ears, is, all right, you ready? All right, we're going to give them these necklaces, these friendship necklaces that we want them to give to a friend. All right, and that's going to be one way of showing their friends how much they care about them. We're also going to challenge your kids to talk about the qualities of a friend. And then lastly, we're going to challenge your kids to invite their friends to church, to Time Travelers or All Stars or one of the children's programs, because one of the best gifts we can give to our friends is a relationship with God. So again, we're going to give them a couple of those challenges and we're going to give them that necklace. But basically what we want you to do as a parent is to sit down, talk with your kids about the qualities that you look for in a friend. And to talk about the qualities you think God looks for in a friend and to share those with your kids and to show that example of your friendships. Also, we're going to give you guys all a resource. You can get this in the cafe. It's Max Lucado's You Are Special. It's a great read. I did it really quickly. It took me like 5 minutes, but it's more of a kid's book. But anyway, it's a great book about friendships. And also, again, we're going to be handing out those necklaces to your kids. All right, now moving over to student ministry. And I want you to pause. This might sound shocking. It might be controversial. You might be like, oh no, but basically we're going to talk to your kids, your teenagers, about sex and dating in our next series called Exposed. Now, before I go into what exactly we're going to talk about, those of you who are parents of the Ascent kids, the 5th and 6th graders, we're going to stick more to the relationships and more of what it means to have a healthy relationship and marriage. So we're not going to so much get into the nitty-gritty details that we might with high school and the 7th and 8th grade students. But basically what we're going to do in Resurrection and Uprising is we're going to do a 4-week series on sex and dating. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to expose the lies that the world tells us about sex, about our self-image, about marriage, and we want them to see the truth. So basically we want to talk about what God's plan for all those things are, and the way that we're going to do it is different than what we've done in the past. This year, what we're going to do is we're going to take the guys and they're going to follow me. We're going to take the girls and they're going to follow Kristen Costanza, and we're going to give them a gender-specific message in regards to the issues that guys face and the issues that girls face. And basically, we just, again, want to be able to help them more specifically in these issues. What we want you as parents to do is, yes, engage in a conversation about about marriage, about sex, and don't worry, we're going to give you some tools and resources to help you out with that. First thing is you can always listen to the podcast. That's where you hear the message that I give, or you'll hear the messages that now Kristen and I will give, and so you can use that as a resource. We will have resources in the cafe. One for your kid is theology of his body or theology of her body, and that's based off John Paul II's theology of the body. And then a resource for you guys, for the parents, is understanding teenage guys and teenage girls. This is a great resource I checked out. It's all about relational issues, social development, spiritual development for a teenage guy and a teenage girl. And hopefully that'll give you guys more of a background of how to deal with this rapid and sometimes chaotic change. But we want to empower you, the parents, to do so. Also, on February 3rd, we are going to have a parents' meeting, an information meeting, not just on this series for the teenagers, but also on the human sexuality curriculum that you will, that those of you who have children will experience in religious ed. And that's a chance for you parents just to get some insight on exactly what we're going to teach, but also a chance for you guys to ask some questions and hopefully get some answers. So yeah, parents, we want you to engage in a conversation with your teenagers. Pick up these resources; it'll help. There's the podcast, and lastly, we'll do our best on Facebook and on our parents page to give you guys questions and some of the notes that we have from our talks, so that you can get a better understanding of what it is we're telling your teenagers. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this preview. Hope you all stay warm in this February weather, and look forward to seeing you guys around in church.